So last week I shared this photograph that I took a few years ago on the streets of London and asked the question, who quietly walked beside us? Now, I promised to answer that question myself this week. But before I do that, I want to give a big shout out to my guy, Travis. Travis, thank you so much for sharing who shaped or who quietly walked by you. Travis said it was his uncle. So thank you, Travis, for that. But as I reflected on that question this week, I realized there have been so many people who quietly walk beside me throughout my life. But I want to focus this reflection on my time here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Now, I've had a lot of people who have walked beside me, some who have changed my life in profound ways that I can't even imagine or thank them enough. Now, these stories deserve more time than I have today. Today, I want to focus on those who walk by me quietly. See, when I moved here, I didn't have a car for the first 2 years living here, so I pretty much walked everywhere. I walked to work, I walked to the grocery store, and every now and then, complete strangers will pull over. Some will even turn their vehicles around and just ask me where I'm going and simply offer me a ride. I still remember some of those moments and faces. And I hope one day, at the right time, I'll have the opportunity to thank a few of those people who still live in this community. But today, I would like to talk about someone who quietly walked beside me without even realizing the impact that they had on my life. That person is Amanda Delp. See, when I moved from Ghana to Rock Springs, Wyoming, still trying to find my place in a new world, a world that felt completely unfamiliar to me. The first 2 jobs I had were McDonald's and Taco Time. I'll finish my morning shift in McDonald's and then I'll walk over to Taco Time for my second job. Now, looking back, this is sure funny. Now, imagine a young man from Ghana who has never heard the word tacos. I haven't even seen a taco before. Tortilla, what is a tortilla? Even cheese. I had no clue what these things were. Yet, somehow, I found myself in Rock Springs, Wyoming, making burritos and tacos. And that is where I met Amanda. We became more than co-workers. We became true friends. If I should describe Amanda in one word, it would be genuine. See, she has this remarkable ability to open her heart to people. Not because she's trying to impress anybody, not because she's looking for recognition. That's simply who she is. Looking back, I honestly don't think she realized what she was doing for me. She wasn't trying to change my life. She was simply being herself. But for a young man who was thousands of miles away from home, still trying to understand himself, understand a new culture, and wondering where he fits, it meant everything to me. She never made me feel like someone who had to earn a place. She simply treated me like I already belonged. Now, looking back, I realized Amanda did something for me that she probably never intended to do. She normalized my humanity. She allowed me to simply be that young man. A young man who's trying to learn a new culture. A young man who didn't know everything. Amanda, if you happen to watch this, first and foremost, I love you and thank you so much. I don't know if you realize the impact you had on my life. I guess you were just being yourself. But your kindness has become part of my story. I also want you to know that you and your family are in my thoughts and prayers always. I'm grateful that our paths crossed, and I'm grateful for the person you are. As I reflected on Amanda this week, I found myself wondering how many people quietly shape another person's life without ever realizing it. Maybe one of the greatest gifts we can give another human being is to normalize their humanity, to create space where people feel safe enough not to know, safe enough to ask questions, safe enough to make mistakes, safe enough to learn, safe enough to be human. Because that is what Amanda did for me. Once again, she didn't set out to change my life. She simply treated me like I belonged. And sometimes that is enough to change someone else's story. I'd really love to hear from you. Who quietly walked by you without ever realizing the impact they had on your life? What did they do? And if you could describe that influence, maybe in one word or a few words, what would that be? I genuinely want to learn. I genuinely want to know everybody who takes a few minutes to watch these reflections weekly. So please drop the comment in there and I'll definitely read and give you some feedback. As always, let's have a safe, blessed week. Let's be super kind to our humanity and others. Let's create space. Let's make space for our humanity while making space for the humanity of others. And always remember, there is more to the story. Have a great, safe week.